Really? I can't see any comments? Why is that? Why can't I see any comments? That doesn't make any sense. I should be able to see all the comments. Okay. Hi, everybody. If you're on, let me see here. I should be able to see you, but I can't. And I don't know why. Okay. I can see, but I don't know if I'm live. I take it I'm live. And I am live. Hi, Carl. Nice to have you on. This is going to be a short broadcast, everybody. And everybody's going to pop onto the channel. So while you're doing that, boy, I wish I could play some music. I think I can. No, I can't. I don't have any music on here. No, that's not good. I don't have any music on here. Really? You know what? If there's a will, there's a way. You find a way. Okay. You hear music, that's good. I'm hoping you can hear my voice. I'm going to test this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can hear my voice, let me know in the comments. And I'll give you the heads up on why it's very different, this broadcast today. So once again, welcome to the show. Hi, everybody. And I'll also tell you why I'm whispering in a few moments. We're almost there. Nice, Carl. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. More than you know. Oh, really? The bots are up and running. Okay, got it. Somebody hit the likes and so I can see those too. Go ahead and hit them up, everybody. Okay, you know what? I may have to put this camera down here. Oh, okay. I see those likes going. Thank you. Okay, let's just take all that out because I'm not going to be able to do any of that. And I see that. Okay, good. Hi, everybody. I guess that's all I have in the music. Okay, we'll go ahead and go with that. This is an abbreviated, far more abbreviated from the show than what I'm usually doing. And I'm going to rely basically on the comments here to go ahead and say hi. Carl was the first one in. And I am hoping you can see his comments because right now my I can see. Okay, it's just not in white. Let's see if I can correct that real quickly before we head more on to the show. And you know what? That's exactly what it is. So let's go ahead. I'm going to change the font here if I can do that, and I think I can. And it should all start showing up. So let me throw somebody's comment on there. Carly, yes, it works. Okay. Hi, everybody. I am at an undisclosed location. Actually, I'm going to tell you where I am because just because I am. I'm not telling everybody else on the television, but just I am on a trip right now. So I am away from Hawaii just for a little bit, just a real quick trip. But Let me see here. Everybody's jumping onto the channel. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Carly. Ria is here. Laura is here, and she can hear. Thank you very much. Elise, thank you. We do have one interview that we're going to play today. Judy's in from Michigan, and comments in black type, so difficult to see. I corrected that. Thank you so much, Carl. Appreciate that. I couldn't see it, but now I can see it now. And Carly, yeah, small kite. So we were going to bring you a live picture, but it's just not coming through. All the usual stuff, because I have the laptop with me, I'm not able to do as normal, but we still got an interview for you. So we'll have that coming up in just a couple of moments. Connie Kapila is, oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you. Connie Kapila in Kailua this Saturday in the parking garage, Kailua Town Center, across from Long's free monthly concert. A&A is there. A&A has been playing a lot of places lately. Let me see. Last week, I don't know if you remember on the show, we weren't able to show it on Hawaii News Now, but we had Smash Mouth from Maui, and it was just crazy. We had them during sound check, so that was special. Can I give you that? Can I show you that picture? Oh, darn it. While we were at the airport waiting for our flight to come where we are now, oh, thanks you guys. Thanks. If you are seeing the shares, I'm not. So just to kind of give you a heads up. All right, let's remove all the mystery here because I'm talking around things. Aloha from London, England. We are here. We're here with family, and I'm dropping my son off because he's going to be here for a semester. So that's what I'm doing. Ran into Jay Hernandez at the airport. So I got a nice picture of him with my family, and he was headed to Los Angeles. So that was kind of neat. And so, oh man, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Mike is my cousin over in Los Angeles. Photo Luke Hawaii is here. Thank you very, very much. Can't see chat, and he's only listening. Oh, no worries. You know, actually, today's the perfect show just to be listening because there's not a whole lot to see here, and I'm actually masking out part of the room because I need to let my wife sleep. And if she got on at any time, I would be so in trouble. Carly, congratulations. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Got a chance to talk to David Cunningham, who is the director of The Wind and the Reckoning. Now, here's the deal. You've been waiting to see this movie, a lot of you, in the continental U.S. and other places. Well, we've got some new word for you. We'll get into it, but first let me just go ahead and show you the interview overall. We got the chance to talk to David Cunningham, the director of The Wind and Reckoning, who talked to us from his home on Hawaii Island. It's Aloha Friday. We get to talk story with the director. He's a filmmaker who comes from Hawaii Island, from The Wind and the Reckoning. It is David Cunningham. Sir!
Aloha, Billy.
How you, bro?
Good.
I've been hearing all kinds of good things since the last time that we talked. First of all, you've been extended.
Yeah, yet again. So we are playing currently at Dole Cannery, Regal Dole, and Palace Theater on Hilo. And we just wrapped up a run of special screenings on Kauai and a number of other places. Kind of hard to keep up. But yeah, people haven't seen it yet. Dole in Oahu and Palace in Hilo.
West Coast to Alaska, and I heard you picked up a couple of awards up there.
Yeah, we got Audience Choice Award in the Anchorage Film Festival, the biggest festival in Alaska. And we just keep getting more and more opportunities, which is really exciting. And we're super grateful for everybody that keeps showing up to support the film.
And of course, the more support that everybody gives it, the more it gets to stay in the theaters and play for other audiences. Tell me what's new with The Wind and the Reckoning these days.
Well, we did a trip recently. We were invited by Uncle John, who's one of the last 5 patients on Kalaupapa, on Molokai. So at the peak, there was about 2,000 people down there in Kalaupapa, and currently there's around 70, which most of them are supporting the last remaining patients, which are about 5. And Uncle John is 98 years old, and his niece saw the movie at the ward release there in Oahu, and he started hearing the film about the film, and he reached out to me and invited us to come there to show him and the other patients the movie. And it was our great honor to do so. So we were able to work with several of the supporting team there on the ground, Mikala of the park rangers, and the various nurses and staff. And we were able to go there with Jason Scott Lee, our lead, and one of our kumu, and a couple of others from our delegation. And after a pretty hairy flight into Kalapapa on a very windy day, we were welcomed there and experienced just an incredible time. You know, there's 8,000 Native Hawaiians that are buried there, mostly in open graves, and it's such a sacred place. And if you've seen our film, you know a big part of our story is about this.
Hmm.
And so going there and being able to honor the people and the place was just a trip in a lifetime. It was very special.
What was the reaction of those that have gone through Hansen's disease? What was the feeling as they watched the film and reaction?
This is Uncle John. He's just saw there on the film. We had uh, some tears and some smiles through the tears. I think the fact that we did our best to honor them, the living story, you know, that this story is alive, and it won't be with us much longer. You know, Uncle John is 98 years old, and when they pass, it goes from being a living memory to one that is just a reflection. And so it was such a privilege to be able to be there to experience and meet these very special people, not just because of the disease they had, but the continuity they represent through so much time. And you think of all the transitions Hawaii has had. Uncle John was sent to Kalapapa in the 1940s. Think about what he's lived through from World War II to the cure of Hansen's disease to Hawaii being part of the states, you know, on and on and on. And so these kapuna are so precious, and so it was just a privilege to be able to go there. And you know, Billy, this one woman, one of the patients, the auntie, was in a wheelchair watching the film. We brought the film to them in kind of like a clinic like area, that their little cafeteria that they eat in, and the nurses who loved them so much came in, and one of the nurses was whispering in the auntie's ear during the whole movie. And afterwards, the auntie asked me to come over and wanted to shake my hand. And you know, touch is very important to them, because for so much of their lives they were not, people rejected them and did not want to touch them. So I reached out my hand, and she said, "Thank you for bringing this here. It was so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you." And afterwards, Billy, I found out that she's actually completely blind, and the nurse was narrating the whole movie in her ear. And it just
Wow.
really touched us that, um, yeah, just a real reality of how precious these lives are, and we got to play a small role in that.
Talk about for a couple of moments. There is an Indiegogo campaign. What does that mean, and what are you hoping for?
So, you know, the premise of so much of this has been trying to get this film out to as many people as possible. And the film festival circuit has been awesome, and we've been well received in that community around the continental U.S. Hawaii has just received us so well. It's been so much aloha poured out, but we need to bring this film to the continental U.S. We've been getting so many requests from Hawaii people that live there to come and show them the movie, and we want to. So we are planning our flag to begin in mid-February to start showing on the mainland, starting in Vegas. And we need your help to be able to make that happen. So we're raising the marketing dollars to be able to get the film over there on an Indiegogo campaign, as little as $5, whatever helps, and goes all the way up. And we give prizes and gifts for those who kind of come behind us. And we got a couple of sponsors that are stepping up that we need some matching for. So Movie to Movement, who backed us on this Kalapapa trip, is committed to fill one whole screen per city, where they're going to start buying out tickets for Hawaii people if we can get a match. So every dollar counts, in other words. And we've got the backing of people like Hawaiian Airlines and others that want to get us there. But we really need to see the resources starting to flow. These events cost money, and unfortunately, and we need people's help to get behind us.
All right. If you want the links to the Indiegogo campaign, you can see it right there on the side of the screen, just on the side of us. And we'll also put those comments down in the comments below, so that way you can go ahead and find out more information. Or better yet, go ahead and follow The Wind and the Reckoning. They are on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can go ahead and find them and also get those tickets in those places and support the Indiegogo campaign. Once again, on this new year, 2023, David Cunningham, much continued success. And everybody that I have talked to that has seen this film has been absolutely amazed, not only by what they see, but how they feel after seeing this film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Billy. And we're so grateful to you. You've been such a champion of this film from early on. And you using your platforms and sharing your community with us has been a huge help. But yeah, I kind of liken it. The film is if you haven't seen it, it's not a light film. It's a heavy film, and it's almost like the analogy that I've had after being in the lobby so many times with the actors and talking to people afterwards. And people want to talk, they want to hug, they want to process, especially as they have connection to the story in some way, whether they are Native Hawaiian or they know somebody that was sent to Kalapapa or they identify in themes. And it's almost like, when you go to a memorial of a loved one where it's a celebration of life and it's a grieving and it's sad, but you also want to celebrate the person and you want to reach out to your loved ones to share your memories of that person. And it's been much like that after the movie, where people want to process, they want to talk, and it's just a privilege to be a part of that story.
David Cunningham, he is the director, filmmaker of The Wind and the Reckoning. He comes from Hawaii Island, here on Billy V Live. On this Aloha Friday, there's a brand new TV show that's coming to the islands. And it looked like that paused right there. Did that really happen? Oh boy. Okay. So that means that we'll come back over to the main camera here. Once again, we are live on location today, so a lot of the stuff that usually happens. That camera's not working also, because I have to have it resume. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. It's live streaming. There we go. Okay. And I'm using the phone camera. It works much, much better. Let me go see if I can go ahead and pull that up, because I know that we were... oh, there we go. Is that what happened? Okay. Thank you, producers, for that. Okay. Let me go ahead and get you back into the interview that we were just going to show you right now. On this Aloha Friday, there's a brand new TV show that's coming to the islands that is made here in Hawaii, and it's Hawaii Stories too, or at least it's based on one person's view of as we know it. We've got two guests with us on this Aloha Friday. We've got with us Kavika Hulk and we got Bronson Varde. Yay! Bronson's been a guest here on the show before. Kavika, first time. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I think we start with you on this one, Kavika. What is this that we're talking about? It's a new comedy TV show in upcountry Maui this month?
Yeah. So, well, actually, what's happening is we're about to go into pilot, and we're going to be spending this year shooting the first chapter of Moku Moku, and it's a slice of life, just scripted comedy at its core, and it follows three best, super close familial friends as they survive the everyday of of what it is to be Hawaiian, what it is to be local, living on Maui, and even that like slice of American life inside of it too.
Sounds good. So where does this come from? Does this come from you, from your past? Do you draw on that to put these stories to life? Where does it come from?
Well, I feel a lot of it, like it really comes from its heart, from my grandparents. I didn't always get to spend my entire life around Maui. Like there's even like a huge chunk of nearly like 2 decades from high school on that I hadn't even been back home. And there's always been this longing of returning. And then when I finally got these last few years working in Hollywood to pull me back home and it told me it was time, I I started realizing that there was space to tell a story here that nobody had been doing yet. And so it really starts from like all the things that made me feel like I was returning, all the things that you remember, all the things that you love. And then I really got reminded of like all the things that I either didn't remember because I was too young, or it was just so silly I forgot about, and those like, larger than life moments of growing up on an island. And so it evolved between that and then realizing the now of coming back to Maui and trying to, fit in, trying to be like, the whole being Hawaiian while being American, and then the misconception of we're all on a beach. Whereas like, I'm raised, mountain Hawaiian people, you don't think about that. You don't think deep jungle Hawaiian people. You don't think like any of that. You think right near the beach, brat. And that's where like everybody thinks that's that concept, grass skirts, tiki torches on the beach. And I really want them to realize that we're, just as simple and rural as anywhere else in the world. Doesn't matter if you're in Arkansas or the hills of like Nepal or something. It's we're all just simple folk trying to make it by. And I think that's something that will help us find commonality as we try to lift the Hawaiian voice this year with everything that's going on in just the whole sphere, whether it's amazing things like the Wind and the Reckoning, or great movements going on in politics right now, or protecting Mauna Kea, all of that. And I feel that like this story kind of fits more towards the lighter side of the conversation, because we've come through so many years now of being in this lost and aloof state, a lot of anger floating around, a lot of people wanting to be heard. And I just thought, like, if we're really going to have that conversation, we got to be able to laugh and cry about it, because it's not just something to get angry about. There's so many things that we can appreciate and smile about in it. And that's really what I want this show to be, is just a way to appreciate what we have and maybe make more out of it.
You've got three people that you've cast on this already. You've got the characters Kimo, Leilani, and Pili. Let's talk about Bronson for a couple of moments. Why did you pick him, and why does he fit?
Well, the funniest part was I tried to keep it as Maui as possible. But as we've seen with like all the other movies that we try to make, like we're running out of Hawaiians, bro. Like there's only 10% of us left in the territory, and we're trying to repatriate at this point, And so like I was just months of searching, like who am I gonna find? I'm like, okay, now I gotta like change him. Maybe he's gonna be one girl now, or maybe I gotta find like two people to replace him, because I can't find one guy that can be the brain. And then I had already casted Patty Lee as Leilani, and she's like, oh, have you ever thought Brunson Vardy before? And I was like, ah, American
Who's
Song
that
Contest
guy?
guy, no, and that was the thing. Is like I had already like been on a couple sets, and they're like, oh, who's this dog, and I'm just like, okay, all right. And so then she's just like, I'm gonna send you his Instagram, remind you who the hell he is, all that stuff. And I go swiping through it. I'm just like, this could work. This could work. All right, Patty, call him. And then at that point, dude, I fell in love with him. I mean, we haven't cohabitated in the same physical space yet, but
It's all virtual.
it's all virtual love right now. We just spreading like
Yeah.
all the virtual aloha that we've made this with, and it just he fit like a glove right in between Patty and Chino, and I can't wait to see what like our first table read looks like next week, and let alone what the set life is going to be for the rest of the year. But like I can already feel that this is the physical manifestation of my characters, and it's the right people.
Bronson, I got to ask you, because you've watching your Instagram, watching your social media, this looks like that's something that's almost made for you. What happened when you first got the call?
Yeah, I mean, Patty reached out, and yeah, because like Kavika said, I was like the last one that kind of jumped in, the only Oahu boy that kind of just sneaked his way into this Mauian cast, So, I mean, anything like I did American Song Contest, I got to represent Hawaii. So anything that deals with, the local culture, the local lifestyle, I'm all for it. So when I was able to audition for it, like you said, everything is all been virtual. So when I got the chance to do it, and showcase some talents, and then I'm just proud to bring his characters to life, because the story is awesome. Like I said, it talks about the local culture and the local lifestyle, and it's everyday locals trying to get by and figure out what they're supposed to do in life, and that fits me perfect, because I'm still trying to figure out this entertainment industry, and trying to live day by day, figuring things out. So I'm just excited to get things rolling.
When I first saw the press release, I says, well, this fits you like a glove, because it's like you can poke fun at us, you poke fun at other people that are on the outside of Hawaii looking at us, and you make us all laugh. You can go both serious and funny, and it's this seems to be great. So what's the next steps for you, Kavika? What comes up next?
Well, we got cameras coming in. We've been blessed to be sponsored by Sony for this shoot. They've come out to Kukua for us, and they're enabling us to get the greatest picture we can get. Pre-production is fully physical starting next week. Bronson lands on Maui in just a few days, and then we're out like a bullet. So this first episode that we're going to be shooting is the pilot, and it's called Identity, and that's at its core we're going very face value, and we get to learn about Chemo and the life he's at. He's approaching his 30s. He lives with his mama up country. They're just holding it together day by day. But then they have all these larger than life friends and characters on their street, and it's all right there. Like, we don't have to leave Makawao, but then when we do, it's like, oh, like we're going holo holo. It's gonna be crazy or something.
It's an adventure.
But like, yeah, it's an adventure to leave the upcountry, and that was like the biggest thing for me. If my grandfather could have his way, we'd go up in the clouds and we'd never come back. And so like I want to feel like that every episode, like, oh, we didn't go to the beach, we didn't go to Kahului, we love all those places, we love all of Maui, but it's just, there's something about just being hidden up the hill, and the type of people, and just the beautiful aspect of life there. And so that's what we're going to cover in that first episode, and it's really going to touch at the heart of who Chemo is, how he parses reality, how he sees his future, and then his two best friends, Leilani and Pili, and how they cope with it, how they really like symbiotically live together, because you got the one kid who can get the job, you got the one kid with the truck but can never get the job, and then you got the good looking guy in the back who can hold it all together because he's the glue, and the brains. And so then that all interchanges, and so we're going to see that throughout the season, of moments where Chemo sees himself leading up to be the leader that he needs to be for both his family and his friends. And then at points where his friends have to pick up for him, because that's what we do for each other.
for me, chemo was just like, okay, you describe chemo. It's like either chemo is local brother and his truck is broken down and he's a mechanic, or it's like super clean, super lifted, super new. I don't know. It's I don't know if any of that fits or not. But
The
so you
former,
must probably the former. So
Yeah.
Bronson, you must be pretty stoked about this. Who else is on the cast, Kavika?
So we are very happy to say this week that as Chemo's mom, we've got Kathy Collins.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so then as Chemo's uncle, we got Kaleo Carter.
Oh, okay. Maui.
Yeah. And then as his first arch nemesis for comedy's sake, we've got Kainoa Horkajao as the Paniolo.
Okay. Got it. So when this gets ready to roll, where are people going to be able to view this?
All right, so here's the biggest thing is we're going straight to public access first, because that is my dream, to be local first. And as crazy as it sounds, our default distribution is actually going to be Akaku and then TVOD afterwards. So everybody in the state, get yourself on the Maui Stream app, and you can get it first for free if you watch it on public access. Support public access. That's the whole game with this, is it's local stories for local folks. And then anybody who's lost on the continent, who's got a little homesickness, we're going to have that on TVOD. So it's going to be on platforms like Tubi and Amazon TVOD. So then that way you can sample it from anywhere you are.
Okay, so we'll have more details. As a matter of fact, our moderators are right now putting more details in the comments, so it's just a click away if you need more information. I want to do a little bit of extended talk story here. Kavika, first of all, you spent years honing your craft. Talk about your work with other places, including Disney. I'm going to stop right there. And you're going, wait a minute, you're going to stop right there? I said, yeah. So if you want to see the full interview, we're going to put that up on YouTube later on today. And we'll put the links there into the comment section so you can go ahead and watch it afterwards. So anyway, that was Kavika Hoke for you, along with Bronson Varde, and getting ready to do some brand new stuff over on the island of Maui. Once again, I'm on the road, so our show is shortened a little bit less than it usually is. Carl, thanks a lot for the suggestion. Glad I could sneak that question in there. And for everybody else, Mahalo pono aloha ahui ho. Thank you for watching here while we are on the road. Thanks. Not sure how to get those, so could you put any available links in the YouTube or on Facebook? You know, we'll do that on the future show. Akaku is the public access channel on the island of Maui, or for Maui County. So just like we have PBS Hawaii, but that's statewide. But Olelo is on Oahu, Akaku is on Maui, so that kind of gives you an idea right there. That's going to do it for me from here. I don't have a music video. Usually I do, but I usually have all the drives where that's all stored in. But being that we're on the road on this one, yeah. So I'll have more details for you next week. We'll have more. Candice Hakatayama is going to be talking Broadway. And then we'll put a bunch of these stories on Hawaii News Now, because they are awesome stories. Congratulations to David, Win of the Reckoning. Kavika guys going, and just things are happening on Maui. Just wow. Awesome. Amazing. And yeah, hopefully you guys can watch over there in the continental United States. You know what I'm really hoping for? I'm hoping for Wind and the Reckoning can get everywhere near you. You got to see the movie. It's a must see. Anyway, okay, that's gonna do it for me. I was watching on the big screen. Go sleep. I know, really. I got to get some rest. Thank you very much. From on the road, I will talk to you guys later. Next week, Friday, may be an abbreviated show just because it's busy. And oh, chakalaka-lak. Thank you so much. I appreciate that every time you do that. And then I will see you guys in 2 weeks when we'll have a full show. Boy, will we have a full show. So we'll have lots of good stuff. Before I leave the show today, I saw that Kenny Tungavia was inside of the show. And he made comments, and I saw everybody commenting to him a little bit earlier. And these are some of the comments that I'm just going to bring back. So I've been turned on to him by someone else. Just making sure that didn't sound strange. Anyway, he's got amazing music, but I got a little slice and a little tidbit of an advance, and I just went, "Wow, that song is good. That's a hit. That's a, I'm just playing it over and over, this little snippet that I've got. So it's when it gets ready for release, I will give you guys the heads up. But Google him, and then make sure you search for him, Kenny, on the on streaming. And what am I thinking of? Come on. Streaming app. My mind is going blank because I'm on vacation. Well, what else is new? Spotify. Gosh, thank you very much. And he's also on iTunes, I guess, too. So here we go. I'm going to put the name of the comment right now. There it is. So make sure that you search for Kenny, because his music is awesome. Coming up next week, Tira Nui from Kapa Hawaiian FM is going to join us on the show, and she's going to talk about him. I'm going to ask her what is her take, because she's got her finger on the pulse of music over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. That will do it from here. Mālama pono, aloha a hui ho. That came in a little bit loud. No music video, so we'll just see you guys later. Okay? Aloha. Make sure you're watching Hawaii News Now Sunrise. Okay, there we go. Oh, by the way, I'll see you on the weekends starting on the 28th.